Hey up everybody, welcome back to another video. If you're new around here, like and subscribe and click notifications buttons to keep updated with all of the content, much appreciated. Now today we are going to be talking Leeds United. We're going to be talking where is the club at the moment. So we're going to be talking about have we got the right manager for the job, players wise, financial and ownership wise, and I'm going to be doing this as a fan and kind of as a journalist as well, more as a fan. So let's get into today's video and let's talk about Leeds United. So for me, I feel very, very positive. I feel very, very strong about next season that we can push ahead. There's a little bit within me that feels a little bit like we could be in a roughly similar situation come the beginning of, come the end of next season. But I don't think that will be the case as such. So there's 50-50. I've got a 50-50 view within me at the moment. But have we got the right manager in for the job? When Jesse Marsch first came to the helm, I was all for thinking, bring somebody even bigger, a bigger name to Leeds United. But they brought in Jesse Marsch, and I started to then swing his way with the things that he did say in his first ever press conference, in his first sort of interview, when he basically said, my aims, we've got 12 games to stay up, to survive. And then obviously I want to take Leeds United further forward and get them further back into glory, into Europe or something. So, of course, he said it along them lines, which was all fantastic. And that's what really swung for me in his first sort of interviews were kind of positive, and his first performance was positive. He hasn't done all that great. He kept us up, and you might be thinking, whoa, 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 whoa. I'm speaking as a fan. He's not done all that great. We haven't seen his style of play come into force yet. So that's why I don't know if he's the right man for Leeds United yet. Because he's come and he's worked with what was a Bielsa squad. He's worked with a Bielsa squad. He's worked with a Bielsa squad at Leeds United. So I definitely think that there's still work in progress for him to do. But what he has done so far, the signings that he's brought in have been have been good, have been quite strong. I don't know too much about Rocker, but I think he didn't get too much of his chances in Germany. And this, he feels positive, and he feels that this is going to be the place where he gets his chances and gets his sort of time to shine and stuff. And you know what? I think we've done it. I think we did it with Rafinha. Picked up on hidden gems. Picked up on gems where, you know, some Premier League clubs might be sniffing around them, but you're not getting your big clubs sniffing around them, and they don't know what's hit them. And it's now got to a stage where with Rafinha, obviously, he's got all the media attention, which I'll touch on in a minute. But, you know, we've made some good signings. Young Brendan Aronson will be good in that midfield. He looks like one of the USA's best players, so that's a promise, and obviously like that. From what I've seen from the USA on sort of social media and stuff, so that's all good. And then obviously you look at Christensen, and Christensen's been really sort of, he's a strong player. He did get into the team of the season. Then we're looking at some other big names as well. And I think, you know, obviously we've let two very key players go. That Jesse Marsch's head will now be like thinking, what we're going to do. And that'd be certainly like me as a manager. I think with Rafinha, there was reports yesterday, Rafinha wanted to go. They told his agent, I think Disco or Disco, that he wanted to go to Barcelona only, so he's looking for houses over that way. Even though Leeds had turned down a bid from Arsenal, and, you know, obviously we've seen the pictures of Phillips online, haven't we? He's gone, hasn't he? So, hey ho, but, you know, I genuinely think now Jesse Marsch has a massive job on his hands. Apparently, I don't know what the ins and outs are. We played yesterday in a friendly that we won 1-0 over Stoke behind closed doors. I don't know if that's actually true. From what I've heard from, I think it's Leeds Until I Die on Facebook. And they apparently were saying that Bamford scored the goal and Rocker played yesterday. So that's getting him out. But I've not seen no signs of Brendan Aronson or Rasmus Christensen yet, because obviously they're coming back from international duty, aren't they? Along with a few, and I don't think we'll see Rafinha in. We might see Rafinha actually pop up, but it's very, very unlikely that Rafinha is going to pop up out of the woodwork. So potentially Jesse Marsch is going to be go on his hands. Whether he's the right man for the job, we don't know yet. We don't know. We've not seen his play come in, and he apparently is one of the USA's best coaches nowadays. So that's something really, really big plus. But we can't say, and a lot of people have been putting Leeds United further down there. I particularly, a 50-50 split, and I particularly think we could be 13 for something like that, but you never know. You never know what's going to go on at Elland Road as well. But have we got the right boarding as well, and did they make the right decisions? I think, there's still a lot of fans at the back end of last season when Bielsa had gone, Orta out, the board out. And some of them, I think a lot of these fans still are like, get your act together, Radrazani, get your act together up there and get everything pulled and get it all sort of like that. But for me, I think we've still got to give them time. And I know a lot of you go, oh, well, they've been given time. They have been given time, but I think, again, they've not set out everything that they potentially wanted, because what they wanted for Leeds United is they want to get back into the Premier League. They wanted a really, really good young setup of it and a good academy, which is fantastic, and they've achieved that. And they've achieved getting back to the Premier League. They had a really good first season, which they were blown away with, which was really unexpected for Leeds. Then potentially they wanted, and what I heard from Radrazani is he wants to not be aiming very, very high. He wants to have a good couple of seasons down here and then start to work towards getting up there and being in Europe. So his job's not done just yet. The board's job is not done, but they've also got the investment from sort of the 49ers, haven't they? Who could potentially buy the club in full. They think if we went down, they were going to buy the club in full, but obviously we didn't go down, and Radrazani's still the owner of the football club. So sorry about that, I'm just drinking a Coke at the same time. But, potentially for me, are they the right board? Are they going to do something promising? Because I think there's still, for me, a little bit uncertainty. I think there's still a little bit sort of like, oh, what they're going to come out with next. When, I think for a period of time, they came out with a badge. They came out with a trip to Myanmar. Managers weren't particularly great. They brought in Bielsa, and I thought, oh, it's magic. And when everything started to work, I thought, yeah, they're the right people for the job. They've done really well. But now I've gone back into that sort of shell. Since February time, where I think, what's going to go out at Woodworks now? What's going to happen? Because obviously they've put this ticketing thing online, which in some respects I don't think it's great. I think, I particularly prefer to get a season ticket, come through my door and feel excited. Oh, my season ticket's here, it's a new ticket. And that's what I really, really like. And I think for a lot of older generation who go on their own, don't go with the family, some go with the friends who are old as well. I think some of them don't know how to use social media. Some of them don't know how to use technology as such. So for them, using season tickets is their only primary way to doing something. So that's another downside. But not going to criticise owners. I'm not going to criticise them. I'm not going to go in and say they're this, they're that, they're this, they're that. I think, did they let Bielsa go at wrong time? You can't say. I positively can't say, because Jesse Marsch has kept us up. Would Bielsa have kept us up? Who knows? But, now I think we need some big names to go into the club. I think we need players to come in that are going to put a spin on club, So, but I don't know. You can't say if Jesse Marsch is the right man for the job just yet, because his play is not, his style of play is not actually coming to effect yet. The board don't know, do they? And I just hope they don't make a mock-up or a mess-up with his kit, because that will get me looking at comments on social media, which I absolutely hate, saying, oh, it's rubbish, it's this, it's this, it's this, it's that. And there's always a load of fans on social media saying, do this, Radrazani, do that, could you done this, could you done that? And we're still waiting on news for extension at stadium. I don't think that's going to happen this season, of course, but my next season, who knows, if we do well and get to Europe and stuff. But, I think, overall, I can't say what's what, but I just think, who knows where the club is. I think it's 50-50, whether you may say the club is at a point where it's not been worked properly, it's past its sell-by date, Radrazani needs to move on. And we yet can't see the Jesse Marsch sort of play in effect yet. But he's signed some good players, and the players that were linked with it, wow, are just absolutely fantastic. And, you know, looking at Leeds and where they were a couple of seasons ago, you wouldn't have even thinking Leeds were going to be linked with these players, but now they are. And actually, I'm more positive about this transfer window than I probably was when Bielsa was here, because of the kind of the players they didn't sign. I think the reason why the fans turned on the board generally in initial time is because you look at, or over time, is because you look at the last sort of the summer transfer window. Firpo, absolutely useless, and Dan James, who's been alright for us. I wouldn't say he was best player on that pitch last season, but then obviously we didn't do nothing in January. We had Brendan Aronson at the back waiting for a deal, but he had to wait till summer. We tried to get him then, and they wouldn't give him in. They wouldn't give him. They wouldn't give us him then. Sorry about that. They wouldn't give us. They wouldn't give us him then. That's what I'm trying to say. They wouldn't give him. They wouldn't give us him then. Well, it's a bit of a tongue twister that. So that. But I generally do think we just have to see. And do you know what? I don't want to say anything. And I've met and I've interviewed Kinnear, and I've met Victor Orta. Victor Orta does get a bit wild, doesn't he, at times? But also, would you bring back Alioski? He's now on a free. You could bring back Alioski. I'd love that. I'd love Alioski to come back. Whether he will do, I don't know. And I heard from, I think it was Leo Heldry, or speaking to media over in Norway or Denmark, somewhere, Norway, and he was saying that he's saying that they're not going to sign another left back this season. So whether that will possibly work, who knows. For now, but there's still lots of striker situations going on. Leeds are meant to sign this week. What's his name? They're looking at signing a more Camera. He's even replaced for Phillips. Now he's still striker position. I think they're looking at signing that Charles Charles or whatever his name is. I do know it's in the back of my mind somewhere. But you know, that's just that really. I don't know neither, and I think it is time to sort of like, and I will do more videos like this talking just generally about Leeds, and it is time to sort of assess how the club's run, where the club is at the moment. But you know, I'm positive for next year, and if Leeds can get and push themselves forward, and something's just come through, it's just come through on Twitter from Leeds. I was just reading that, then I didn't get to read it properly. But you know, if we can sort of like, I think it is time to sort of look at where the club is at now, what the club's future is, where the club's going to go. Because if we talk about it in a year's time, we may be thinking it's been a fantastic season. We're in Europe, and we won't have to have this sort of conversation of where's the board, where's the manager, is it the right? You never know. You just never know. But I think, you know, we're letting two of our key players go. That when we've let one go for cheap, we're letting go for cheap, 45 to 50 million. We could have even got 60 million for him, and I don't know how they can go and splash out and get where do we call it? I think Leeds are cheapskates. I was going to go and get Grealish for 100 and something million, and then I don't think Villa invested that much. Did the well, they might have done. I don't know. But then obviously they're going 45 to 50 million for Phillips. That just makes my ears bleed. That makes my ears bleed. I can't even listen to that. And then Rafinha, they have turned down bids for him. So they're doing all the best to try and keep Rafinha. And I think if we do, which is very, very unlikely we do keep Rafinha, if we do keep him, I want him to become an absolute star. I think we can build around him then. So, but whatever. I don't know. So if you're new around here, like and subscribe, and I'll see you in another video. And put your thoughts down in the comments below, what you think about what's going on and how the club's run and Jesse Marsh and all that jazz and all that business. Financially, we're quite stable. I forgot to touch on that. Financially, we're quite stable. But I think we're still scared to spend 50, 60 million because of our past troubles and what happened with Ridgedale when back then it was like 18 million. That was a lot of money, and then obviously like we went into debt and went into 80 million in debt or something. But now over $1 billion is like crazily, like, because Barcelona they've got like over $1 billion in debt, so they can't really buy Rafinha. That's why they came to Leeds the week to talk sweet talk Leeds, but they haven't done it. But anyways, if you're new around here, like and subscribe, and I'll see you in another video and MOT. And put your thoughts in comments below what you think about what's going on at Elland Road. Bye for now.